Hi, this is DeYoung, and I'd like to personally invite you to visit myself and Jessica Harper at a shock treatment celebration at the SinsCon on September 23rd to the 25th, 2010. I look forward to seeing you all. Okay, well, thank you, Jesse, and I'm very happy to hear that, people are liking shock treatment because I liked it a lot when we were making it. And I'm glad that people have rediscovered it and are being entertained by it because it was very entertaining when we were doing it.
Are you surprised that 30 years later the film is kind of coming to a larger audience and getting known by more people than ever before? Does that surprise you at all?
Oh, I do. The phenomenon of the Rocky Horror Picture Show was such that you knew you weren't going to match that.
Right.
So we weren't trying. We were just trying to make a good film and sing some songs and have a good time with Richard O'Brien and all the people, and that we did. But no, I am surprised, yeah. I mean, I always thought it was a good film, and, with Jessica Harper and myself and Richard O'Brien, and it was great. So I am surprised.
Well, that's terrific.
Better late than never.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot, of course, is the DVD finally coming out in 2006. It's really brought a lot of new fans to the movie.
Yes, good. I'm very glad to hear that because I was happy with how the DVD turned out.
Oh, it's great, and I'm glad they put the bonus stuff on there. I was going to ask you, have you ever seen a Shock Treatment Shadowcast performance before?
No, I haven't, but I'm looking forward to seeing one at the SinsCon convention.
Oh, that's great. If I could just ask you...
They're going to be doing some of that, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a big deal. There'll be probably 2 or 3 people at least on each part, all-star fan performers from around the world.
Yeah.
If I could ask you, what do you remember most fondly about the shoot, about the experience?
Well, we shot it in London. There was an actor strike in the U.S. We were going to shoot it, actually, on location in Denton, Texas. And there was an actor strike, so they couldn't come over here, and we couldn't work here, so we shot it inside. This changed sort of the concept, and we shot it inside the studio at Wembley, I guess it was. And I just remember having a lovely time being in London and going and singing. As I recall, we recorded it in Abbey Road.
No kidding.
That was a knockout, going into Abbey Road Studios and singing these songs where the Beatles used to be. I thought, it doesn't get any better than this. and then singing the songs and being wacky and stuff. And I think the highlight was singing the duet with Farley and Brad. That was really a fun day.
Oh, fantastic! No, it's I mean, it must have been fun for you too, with your background as a young rock star and Broadway singer, to come to kind of a rock musical film role.
Yeah, it was. Well, I had worked with Jim Sharman, the director, before in an off-Broadway show called The Trials of Oz, which was a musical about a pornography trial about Oz magazine in Australia. Jim Sharman knew about it. He cast me as a lead, and it didn't run for very long, about a month. And then I saw Jim again in Los Angeles when he was casting the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I was busy and couldn't do that one. So then I was glad that he remembered, when shock treatment came up, that Jim Sharman and I got together again and finally, got to do something. And he was a great guy. It was just, a perfect thing. Except, of course, it was always in the shadow of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which we always expected it to be, and that was fine. But I'm glad that somebody has rediscovered it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it has its own separate set of fans, that are very devoted, and a lot of us feel like the movie was never really given a shot. From the premiere through the initial distribution, it really didn't have a chance to succeed.
It didn't. They sort of released it a little bit, and then they started playing it when I was doing a film in New York. They started showing it midnights, and I thought, well, now that's a weird idea. They're trying to get it right into the Rocky Horror cult thing, which is not going to work, and indeed it didn't.
Right.
But it was, it was fun to go with my friends in New York and see it at midnight anyway.
Oh, terrific. Well, we're all really excited to show you the stage show. I mean, it's a trip, man. You're going to see that, all the scenery, the whole marriage maze, a lot of the movie comes to life because it was such a larger cast and so much more technical requirements than Rocky Horror. It's a really big production when you see it produced on stage.
Yeah, it was really amazing. And Barry playing Schnick and all that stuff. the cast. Because we were in London, Jessica and I, they took us out to lunch and we went to shows together, and it was a very nice feeling of family when we were doing that, and it's it's a rare experience. We were young then. We thought, this is going to be how it is every time, but it's not. It was a special time.
Yeah, no, I believe that. Well, that's terrific. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the fans before we...
No, I'll wait till I see him in September.
Great. Well, super. Thank you so much, Cliff. Yeah, if I can just ask you, I know it must seem corny just to say, because we're going to do this webcast tonight and kind of spring it on people because everybody's dying to know who the guests are. And we're going to let your own voice introduce it, and then we'll bring up some pictures of you. So if you could just like say, "This is Cliff DeYoung."
This is Cliff DeYoung saying what? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I put it in the email. It's just like.
Yeah, I know. The computer's in the other room. I wanted to do the landline because my cell phone's always going out.
Oh, no problem. No, it's just, let's say, like, this is Cliff DeYoung, and I'd like to personally invite you to come see me and Jessica Harper with this shock treatment celebration at SinsCon this September 23 through 25 in Los Angeles. That's pretty much it, however you want to say that.
SinsCon?
Yeah, SinsCon. Yeah, SinsCon.
SinsCon, okay.
Yeah.
SinsCon,
yeah.
So there's an S after the end. SinsCon.
Right, like plural, exactly.
Oh, it's plural, I see. Okay, yeah, okay. You can do that anytime you like.
Okay, let me just at your own pleasure.
Hi, this is Cliff DeYoung, and I'd like to personally invite you to visit myself and Jessica Harper at a shock treatment celebration at the SinsCon on September 23rd to the 25th, 2010. I look forward to seeing you all.
Great. Oh, thanks, Cliff. I think that came off beautifully. Well, listen, I can't tell you how excited I am personally and all the people involved. I mean, this is going to be really special, man.
Well, I'm glad you did it, man. Good for you. We're getting it together, and I'll see you then.
Okay, thanks so much. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Jesse.
Bye-bye.